Hi, you guys. I'm looking a little rough today. I just wanted to peek in on you and just say hi to you. And I just came back from a fabulous trip with my bestie and my goddaughter. And today I just took an extra day off just to get caught up and get rested. But then I had so many other things to do that I've been kind of ripping and running and getting things done. Haven't talked to you in a long time, right? But thought I'd just take a few minutes to kind of talk to you and see how you're doing. Taking a nice walk in Heman Park. It's beautiful. Actually, it's about to rain, but it's really hot today. So yeah, so I can take a few minutes to talk to you. Yeah, so I have wow, it's been a while since I've talked to you. Yeah, so I purchased my property, and actually it's been 2 years now, and I'm on my second tenant, so I'm really excited. They just moved in, and yeah, so it's been interesting. So sorry I wasn't able to take you on the ride for the last 2 years, but I can say it has been pretty good. A lot of things I've learned I'd love to share with you. One of the things I realized with real estate is that, one of the things I'll do differently is, really pay attention to the work to be done and the price point. Does it need a roof? How's a sewer system? Does it have a sump pump? I have a sump pump, which is wonderful. So we just experienced some floods here in St. Louis, flooding, and some people's basements did flood. Mine did great, no problems at all whatsoever. But pay attention to your lateral sewer system, and does it need a new roof? Factor those things in. Does it need tuck pointing? Is it an older building? So all those things to really pay attention to, and just really weigh them, size them up in regards to the price point of your property. So something I learned. I'm gonna have to get some work done on the property, but overall, I'm glad that I did purchase it. But again, because I had 2 years to learn so many things about, being a landlord and, property owner and all those good things late in my life, right? Never too late. So, yeah, so that's what I wanted to share with you. Everything's, for the most part, is going great. Today I'm just out here getting a quick walk in, and then actually while I was out here, I got a chance to get some wood chips because I'm doing some more landscaping on the side of my home, and I do my own landscaping for the most part. Still learning some things about that too. I think it's good to take care of your property, and I was, just talking to my agent that was able to place my tenant. I treat my property the way, and my tenant the way that I would want to be treated. And I think that's really important, because I think in the long run, as I acquire more properties, whether I'm long-term or short-term, I will have a good, I want to develop a good, it really is about relationship building. And, even with your tenants, it's about relationships, because who knows, maybe you can sell them a flip, maybe you can, they'll have friends, and, having those good relationships. So all that is very, very important. And, yeah, so that's one thing I'm seeing, like understanding how relationships are important. I'm building relationships with different contractors and different people that work on, do different aspects of homes and buildings and properties. For instance, I have like 3 or 4 contractors that I work with now. I have one person I just had some work done on my porch painted. And, you know, so that's a new person. He just does all painting. So I know that, and he did a great job. And, you know, and so I know that he will be someone that I, you know, will utilize if I need to paint. If I don't paint, in my mind, you know, I think, well, maybe I can do painting. But, you know, in reality, I want to preserve my energies, you know. I do enjoy cleaning and painting, doing things like that. I want to learn how to drywall and tile. But I also feel like I want to have people, my go-to people that I can pull to do when I don't realistically want to pull. Yeah, so the Heman Park is a beautiful park here in St. Louis. Very nice. They have free concerts. I think the concerts are over, but they had free concerts in July, I believe, the month of July. / walk trail right now. I'll let you see a little bit of it. Few people have passed me by on bicycles. So I have a bike and I do ride. Haven't ridden in a while, and maybe I'll bring my bike out here and ride sometimes. I have a great insurance person. So it's really good to kind of build your team. So maybe, you know, I haven't purchased any other properties, but part of these 2 years has been about the relationships, building relationships and having those go-to people. It's good to build those relationships. So that's what I've been doing for the last 2 years. You know, again, I was able to get a tenant for a year. I got to have a new tenant. And so, yeah, I'm going to change arms. My arm's getting tired. Yeah, so that's what I've been doing. And also just trying to enjoy life and stay safe, remain safe through this COVID is, you know, that in and of itself. So my goal is to really do, you know, to move towards, you know, living the life that I want to live, you know, working for myself and doing some of those other things that maybe I can share. Yeah, so that's really what's happening. That's what's going on. I'm going to turn around here and walk back. I just wanted to take a short walk today, but just get a walk in nevertheless. Yeah, so, you know. Visited the immersive experience, Prince Chicago, and this was a statement that we saw in the exhibit. It's just about, you know, making sure that you own your own masters, because if you don't own your own masters, the master will own you. And me and my bestie thought that just summed up our whole weekend and just where we are in our lives. You learn to be interdependent. Yes, you depend on other people. Like even in your own business, you have people, you have team members and people you work with and relationships that you build to barter services, to exchange, to, you know, what have you. So we're really interdependent, not necessarily independent. But the main thing is that I'm moving into my personal space. I'm working towards being more independent financially, financial freedom, to where I'm able to get to some of the things that I really enjoy. I'm I have a lot of creativity in me, but I've always just most of my life had to work, you know, work and survive and survival mode. And, you know, and I want to get away from that. And I want to live mode, you know, just be able to live and enjoy life. And yes, you know, in my own, I have a practice. And even in my own practice, there are challenges. And I'm a therapist. So I'm a licensed clinical social worker. And even in that business, you know, that I do, you know, that I, you know, provide the services, there's still challenges, you know. There are financial challenges, you know, you have to be a good record keeper. You have to be on point no matter how you're feeling. You have to be, you know, self-aware and be present. For the people that you're trying to, you know, guide and encourage in a way with their mental health and their overall well-being. So there's always challenges, probably even hard. You have to work even harder in your own business, but there's still a level of freedom because you have a level as to how much you can make. No one can tell you what you're going to make. You can make as much as you decide what your value is, right? So I think that's important. I think it's important to have multiple streams of income, never depend on, even if you're working full time and you decide, I'm going to continue working until I retire, but have some other things that in case something happens, that you have passive streams of income, that you have some dividends, some investments, whatever that be, whether you develop a course or whatever that is. I want to encourage on this channel. There's no secrets. I want to help. Part of, I believe, what my purpose is to uplift people, encourage them, and share, to empower people. I believe that every person has the empowerment from within. I help them to discover that empowerment. That's the way I like to say. I hate to use the word I empower people like I have some type of special. I believe that every person has something within that they have yet to discover. I didn't want to be long. I don't think you have to go all day to say what you need to say, right? I just wanted to, before I end this blog, just kind of chat with you. I'm just wanting to show you my landscaping and all the weeds I'm going to pull this evening. Yeah, the one thing about when you own property and you're a landlord to a property where it's 4 doors or 4 units or less, it is considered, your personal property. And of course, if you own 5 doors and more, that's commercial property. So just as a reminder, but also that to keep in mind that you will have to upkeep your own landscaping if you purchase a 2 or 4 family flat. But if you purchase a home or house, then the tenant would be responsible for cutting the grass and landscaping and things like that. So just to keep that in mind. So because I have a 2 family flat, I am responsible for, cutting my grass and things like that. I do like to watch my margin costs. So a lot of things I do myself, but I do have a nephew. He's a landscaper, and so sometimes I just pay him to cut my lawn and what have you. I don't do the greatest job, but I do okay, and you can see that I pull all the ugly weeds up, and I put some wood chips down that guy was able to get at no cost. And I got some more work to do. I have to put some more flowers down, and I'll work on that. But just wanted to just share that with you. So you guys have a wonderful, wonderful week, and I'll talk to you again. Stay tuned for more videos. Bye-bye.